Hey there, viewers. Welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. We got the 2015 Jeep. It's a Cherokee. It's a Latitude. It's got the big 3.2. What it ain't got is a horn. So the guy wants us to check it out. Used car guy, auction, I imagine. So don't know any history on it. I did look up the horn diagram, and oddly enough, there's two different diagrams, and it's based on whether or not the vehicle has auto start-stop. That's the big difference. Without auto start stop, it only takes one computer to control the horn. With auto start stop, it takes two. Neither one of them with serviceable parts. It's kind of a bizarre system for a horn, if you can say that. It looks like standard operation, horn switch obviously on the steering wheel, which sends a ground signal to the body control module. And then on the auto start stop system, it goes from the body control module to the integrated power module, and then from the integrated power module to the actual horn. In both modules, it appears, according to the wire diagram, that it has integrated relays. So relays on the circuit board, non-serviceable. You have to have some skills with the soldering iron and tearing apart modules and stuff like that to get to the relay. So let's hope it's just a bad horn or maybe a bad clock spring. Didn't see anything else on the dash when I drove it in as far as airbag light, anything like that. So it's pretty plain Jane on the inside. So I haven't checked anything. I assume the used car guy did, possibly went through the fuses, but who knows. I did double lock the vehicle, no horn, and I did push the panic button, no horn. 4-ways flash, it carries on, but no horn. Got the used car guy slime. I'd say before we get too far, fuses, all that, let's just plug in a scan tool, look at the body module, see if it's receiving the input, and then if it's receiving the input, then we'll go that direction. If it's not, we'll probably visit the clock spring. I assume it's receiving the input. I don't think it's a clock spring issue because it doesn't work with the panic or, the double lock action. All right, we did a full system scan. We're gonna hit report here and see there is some codes in the body module. So drivetrain control, we got some implausible data. Body control, rear wiper stuck, wiper park position, actuator stuck, right low beam control over current. So nothing cray there. We're gonna go to control unit, body controller, and this is where we should see our input. And then here, let me move you guys so we get out of this glare. I know this isn't really ideal. Let's just pop through some functions here real quick just to see what we're dealing with. I don't know if we have anything on the horn, if we need anything on the horn in this area. Sound horn on remote start. Okay, we turn that function on or off. Let's see, coding, we don't need. Active test here. We'll probably have a horn action here, I'm sure. Okay, horn left low side driver. All right, and then I'm sure we can turn that on. I just heard something click over there. Yeah, I hear something click in that box there. So, all right, well, let's go back out of here, and then we'll just go to live data, and we'll see what we have for horn inputs, because that's kind of what's important here. Okay, so we had something else there. Horn switch not set. I don't know what that means. All right, maybe not much useful in here. Let me go push the horn button, see if that changes it at all. You guys hear that? Okay, so that's good. We hear it clicking and we see the input to the body module. So I guess at this point, let's look up some service info here, find out where the fuses live, and just because a relay clicks doesn't mean it works. You guys got to remember that, right? Let's go wiring diagrams, and we'll get the one for the auto start stop here. Oh, okay, they must have them consolidated. I know the OEM diagram, they were all into one. Okay, so we hear inside the vehicle, Must be that's the relay we hear. So we need to look at fuse 86, right? Because where does that go? That comes out, that comes around town. Okay, that's fuse output to the horn. But with the auto start stop, it's a little bit different. Okay, with auto start stop. I don't like this diagram. Without start stop. So we have option 1 without start stop, option 2 without start stop. And I thank you, Mitchell, because both are for systems without start stop. Obviously that's a typo. All right, we're gonna nix the old Mitchell on demand here. Let's see, we want a diagram. Here we go. So yeah, so with or without start stop. This is how the OEM was. This is an OEM diagram here. Okay, so let's find out what we're dealing with. Let's see, the switch, we know the switch is good. Switch goes down, goes through the clock spring, comes over here, switch sense. Just want to find out where it goes. Okay, so those are voltage stability modules. All right, let's see. We have one. Okay, so she's a double relay donger here. So we have fuse 48. Let me go get something to write on here. Let's see. We have fuse number 48. That's a 25 amp. And where is that one? That is on the body module. All right, and then that comes up here to another relay, which we heard something clicking out here because that is power distribution center. So that's under hood fuse box. And then out of that one fuse 86, which is a 20 amp. '86 20 amp distribution center. Power distribution center, we'll call it. Okay, fantastic. Now we know what we're doing. Because we're under the hood already, if we can collect some low-hanging fruit right here, we will. AKA, I don't have to bend over and find where the body module lives. That would be helpful. And there's one other thing we can do from here we didn't talk about. But if you be kind and please rewind, go back, look at that diagram. This fuse here, what was it, fuse number 86, also can serve another purpose, which is we can make sure that the horn has the ability to work because fuse 86 is on the output of the relay. And if we simply power it, the horn should blow. But first we need to find out where it lives and if it's correct. There's fuse 80, 87, 88, 89, 86. Then we just need to figure out which way this little guy goes. That goes like this. Now we gotta find 86 again. 86, 20 ampere lives right there. Is it supposed to be? 86 is a 20 amp. Boom, boom. Not gonna have anything on it because we're not pushing the horn. However, we'll use our scan tool here. Whoa, unenhanced. And we will we'll take and just turn it on because we don't have anybody here to go turn it on for us. All right, let's find the horn relay again. Horn, low side driver. And then we do want some data because I want to make sure that it's going to say set. Just to make sure horn switch. Okay, we've added that. We're going to hit OK. Oh, it's not going to say set because the set status is for the actual button. Oh, look at that. Oh, we might just be dealing with a bad horn. So we have power on both sides. When I turn the horn on, ready? Horn blows. Honk, honk. Honk, honk, little fella. Okay, that's good because that means we don't have to go in and check the body module, right? Everybody with me? Let's go back to where we found that service data. Let's see here. Ah, crap, it opened a new window. Is it still here? Yep. All right, let's go back to, where's the, oh, there's, gotta get the right diagram here. Let me grab the phone, hold on a second. What? Mrs. O just got here, so we're good. What did we learn? Well, because we know that this fuse is good, 86, and it powers up when the horn's pressed, or the horn system is active, well, that only leads one option. Broken wire, or actual bad horn, or bad ground, because it's a Chrysler. So, there. A lot of people are gonna look at this video and think, like, it's stupid, I would've went right to the horn, you're a moron. All may be true. But we've collected our data. It didn't take very long, you know, a few minutes. Look up how does the system, we need to know a couple things. How does the system work? Where are the components located? And what's the easiest test we can make to determine where to go next? I think we did it. I got no regrets. If I were to get a tattoo, it would be right across my neck and say no regrets. Because that's the fastest, simplest thing. Body module's good. We know the power distribution center's good. That's it. We've narrowed it down. Now we gotta look in service info and say where does my horn live? And see if that's feasible to get to. And then do a check on that. And then from there we can determine which direction we're going. Broken wire, bad ground, bad horn. Maybe I am an idiot because there's the horns. What an idiot. I was just looking up the, like where on earth does the horn live, Eric? Oh, it's right there. You're kicking it with your knee. It says that we need to remove the front end module carrier. That's what they call this thing. This is your front end module. Everything on your car is a module nowadays. Even the piece of plastic that covers up the top of the radiator and the more than obvious horn sticking out in front of my face. So you were right, I'm a moron. There's our connector up here. Oh my gosh. No wonder you guys hate me. Watching some idiot on YouTube with his big fancy scan tool. That's my Scotty Kilmer wave. Because that's what he says every time he says, you gotta contact a guy like me with a big fancy scan tool. Then he jumps out of a car. Gets a million views. Gotta love it. Yeah, so we're the guy with the big fancy scan tool here. What are the odds of having two bad horns though? Okay, she's unplugged. Let's grab us a little test light. We can do a 4 amp. She's a 20 amp circuit, so let's do that. Very lightly, oops, say very lightly front probe these. We have our light bulb in place. Let's turn this, off, on, boom, off, on. What a moron. If the horns were accessible easily, I've never seen horns this accessible. It's the only reason I laugh. These things are usually buried. If the horns were easily accessible, skip going and doing all the other stuff we did and go right to the source. Plug that back in, cover your eyes and your ears. Nope, still don't work. So, yeah, needs a set of horns. Wow. All you can do is laugh at yourself some days, folks. Pretty funny, right? Any of you folks that work on cars or work on them for a living or work on multiple car brands know that horns are not out in the open. Rarely. And that's why I didn't even look, even though I'd probably give her one of these when I was trying to get the hood open. Probably touched them with my own 2 fingers and still didn't click in my mind because I'm just of the mindset that horns are never accessible. They're behind bumper covers. You got to pull fender liners, you know. Usually you don't pop the hood and see your horn. That's probably why they're bad. They get exposed to the weather. at the end of the day, we're just gonna give this back to the used car guy. He's gonna slap a couple horns on it and move on with his life. So bravo for him for not just going after it willy-nilly and just changing components. But at the end of the day, we have a process, and we stuck to it. Even though the little visual inspection would have revealed our horn sitting there, would have drastically changed our diagnostic process, because we can get to the component that doesn't work. And it doesn't matter, we can use this video even for an example. Laugh at me as you will, but let's say it was a purge valve, or an EGR, an air injection reactor motor, or a VVT solenoid, any end of a circuit that you're trying to test for the component that is suspect that doesn't work, and you want to see, does it have power and ground, or does it have ground and control, or power and control, or whatever it takes to make it function, or is it a feedback sensor, anything like that on a component. The best thing to do is to get to the component, but sometimes components are buried. Fuses are difficult to get to, relays, So we try to break the system down to where is the easiest point to make the test. To see, where's the break in the system, or where is the failed component, or can we justify pulling off the bumper cover to get to the horn, or tearing this portion of the engine apart to get to the solenoid, when our diagnostic process leads us there, if that makes sense. Obviously, if I had seen that, if I felt it hitting my knee and said, what is that hitting my knee? Oh, it's the horn. We would have went there first instead of going there first. In either case, I still would have looked first and understood the whole operation of the system. How does this system work? What's it take to make it work? How many fuses are we dealing with? Relays, switches, buttons, inputs. At least a brief overview. Because then if we came here and said, oh, well, we have no power. We got a good ground, no power, hit it with a power probe, jumper wire, whatever, horn works. Well, now we just start going backwards. We would have ended up, back there, and if, had nothing there, we would have went inside and, ultimately back to, the switch or body module input or wherever it would have led. So you can start in either direction, but obviously starting at the end would have been, more ideal. So that's it. Go down in the comment section. You guys can laugh at me all you want. Got the broad shoulders on today. Go down there when you're done talking to your broad. Insty, Facebook. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.